Astronomers suddenly spot bizarre scene under radio telescope. It's like she's receiving an alien phone call. She adjusted the telescope to track the source of the signal, and she used a state-of-the-art stereo system to record the message. It turns out that the source of the signal is not local to Earth, but from Vega, 26 light-years away. Lucy wondered why she hadn't noticed it before. Being so close to Earth. Out of scientific rigor, they analyzed the content of the signals and found that the signals were traceable. They were all prime numbers. A prime number is a number divisible only by itself and 1. It's not a coincidence. It's very possible that an alien civilization was trying to transmit something. The news quickly spread around the world. The world was shocked and rushed to the scene to find out what was going on. But the whisperers made another discovery. There seemed to be something else in the signal, like an image signal. They immediately brought in a TV to analyze it. What they didn't realize was that it was the opening ceremony of the world's first Olympic Games. That's not the point. The point is that Hitler was the organizer. How can a war criminal be an ambassador to space? The investigation revealed that this was the first television signal sent into space in 1936. An alien civilization picked up the signal and sent it back to Earth. That's enough to show that alien civilizations do exist. For security reasons, the government intervened immediately. The President of the United States announced the discovery to the world, inviting scientists from all over the world to study it. As soon as the news came out, all the internet celebrities flocked to the site. They gathered at the site of the discovery. Of course, there were many protesters and prayers, mostly just people watching. They all wanted to know what would happen, and the scientists lived up to the hype and soon made another breakthrough. They discovered that the video signal sent in 1936 was 25 frames per second, but the signal that was received was 50 frames per second. So what was the extra 25 frames? They immediately isolated the extra 25 frames, and they realized that those 25 frames were a lot of data. These data are all different. There were over 63,000 pages of data, but the scientists tried everything they could think of, but they couldn't find a way to decipher it. Until 2 months later, Lucy received a mysterious phone call. A mysterious man asked her to meet him at a specific location. Unbeknownst to her, the mysterious man was a scientific genius wanted by the United States. He refused to cooperate with the government because of his pursuit of truth. He has offended the US government, so he is wanted by the government. He's forced to hide in a private jet and live in the air. That's not the point. The point is that he funded Lucy's research. Now he realizes the government doesn't want to work with Lucy, so he wants to help Lucy. He says he's found a way to decipher it. Turns out these alien materials are all 3D pages. Each page has its own deciphering guide. The key to deciphering it was hidden inside. Eventually, Lucy realized it was a basic equation. Using these equations, they've come up with some general vocabulary, and these words included scientific terms like physics, chemistry, geometry, and they applied the vocabulary to the data, and they found that the data were engineering drawings. It's clear that the aliens are trying to teach humans to build machines. It could be advanced equipment. It could be a teaching device. It could be a means of transportation. The executives were shocked when they heard that. If it's an alien portal that brings in an alien army, that would be a recipe for disaster. That's why most of the top brass are against the construction of the machine. Lucy, on the other hand, believes that humans are not a threat to aliens, just like them. Wouldn't they go to Africa to exterminate a few ants? The two sides argued over their respective proposals. That's when the president entered the room. The president decides to internationalize it to share the risk and the cost. As soon as the news broke, the world's leading scientists came together to design and build the machine. In the end, they spent a year and $2 trillion. They built the machine that was on the drawing board, and it really is a transportation device. It's just a device to transport humans into space, not an alien portal. So why would an alien civilization teach humans to build this? To find out, mankind decided to select a brave man to represent mankind and talk to the aliens. Scientists from all over the world wanted to be chosen, but in a strange twist, Japan gave up its candidacy. Japan traded its candidacy for the technology to build the machine. This move accidentally saved the entire program. Mankind spent more than $2 trillion to build the machine according to the drawings. Then who will represent mankind to make contact with the aliens? As the first person to discover alien signals, Lucy was the perfect candidate. But at the audition, she lost because of a question. The man asked her if she believed in God. Lucy was raised as an atheist, so she answered firmly that she only believed in science, and that didn't fit the bill. Because the purpose of the audition is to choose someone who can speak for all of humanity, and most people in the world have their own God. So not believing in God is the same as not believing in most people. In the end, Lucy's rival, John, was chosen, and the man who asked the question was none other than Lucy's boyfriend. He was afraid of losing Lucy, so he used it to stop Lucy. Lucy was disappointed. After all, it had been her dream for 30 years, but she didn't let it get her down. She continued to work diligently at the control center. Little did she know that this dedication would lead to the fulfillment of her dream. On this day, everyone gathered at the launch site to celebrate this great moment. One of the launch pads was infiltrated by a terrorist. In order to prevent mankind from discovering the truth, he detonated his bomb. instantly destroying the pad and killing John instantly, and ended the experiment. But just when everyone wanted to give up, Lucy received a video call from a mysterious man. The mystery man says he's renting a room on the Russian space station. The low oxygen and weightlessness there could cure his cancer. That's not the point. The point is that his company is building a backup teleport in Hokkaido. Not bad for a stealth millionaire. He donated the device to the US to authorize Lucy as a passenger. They've been very careful this time for safety. They didn't notify any countries. There was no ceremony. Instead, they chose a stormy night to conduct the experiment in secret. At this time, her boyfriend was also impressed by Lucy's determination and silently supported her. They prepared food, medicine and a communication and video system. In addition, there was also a life pill to be used in case of desperation. With everything ready, Lucy officially set off on her journey.